Welcome to the midweek video. We come to the last verse of this great Psalm, Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. I hope you've enjoyed our journey through it. I'm thinking next time that we might look at a few Proverbs. But as we come to the final verse, David has great assurance. Great assurance speaks of the fact that the Lord's goodness and mercy, that is the good shepherd, his goodness and his mercy will follow him. Well, what about his goodness? Well, this good shepherd has shown a lot of goodness in that he's provided so much, that he's led the sheep to rest in the green pastures where they could feed. You remember, he led them to peaceful waters where they could drink. He offered them protection. Even through the darkest valley, they would have nothing to fear because his rod and his staff, they went with him. So there's this great sense of the goodness of the shepherd walking with the sheep. And David himself takes this on board and takes it personally. He says, I'll understand this goodness of the good shepherd. He had confidence in it. But he didn't just speak about goodness, he spoke about mercy. And David will be thinking to himself, yeah, the mercy of God. Just like those sheep who wandered away and got lost and the good shepherd sought them and brought them back to the fold. There will be this sense for David of God's mercy towards him, forgiving him all his wanderings, forgiving him for all the things that he got wrong. And he says, wow, it's just been great on this journey that I've known the goodness and the mercy of God. But that's not it. David says, and I know that the goodness and mercy of God, and the mercies, remember, we're told in Lamentations, are new every morning. They begin afresh every morning. God gives us that new start. And David said, you know what? The goodness and mercy that I've experienced on this journey will continue all the days of my life. David has got this real confidence of the fact that God will continue, the good shepherd will continue to display his goodness and his mercy all the days of his life, in the good times, in the bad times, in those times when life is a real struggle. The goodness and mercy of God will be there. And when the times of celebration, the goodness and the mercy of God will be there. And he said, I'll experience these all the days of my life. And you know what's true for David is true for you and for me this afternoon. The goodness and mercy of God is following us. It's pursuing us. It's active. It's the unfailing love of God that is pursuing us with goodness and mercy, wanting to bless us with everything, longing to forgive us and to set us off afresh when we've stumbled and we've fallen. And all this will happen all the days of my life. And then to top it all, David says, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever. Does that mean he'll be in the temple forever? Does that mean there'll be loads of sheep in the temple? Lots of sheep went into the temple. Unfortunately, not many sheep came back out. But there is this sense of being in the presence of God, that there's no way we can escape from the presence of the Good Shepherd, but he'll be watching us. He'll be pursuing us with his goodness and his mercy. Let's be encouraged that the goodness and the mercy of the Good Shepherd is pursuing us all the days of our lives. And we will live in the house of the Lord forever, in the terms that God's presence will walk with us always. God bless you richly. Amen.